Hello guys and welcome to another trade recap and forecast video. So let's get started with the euro and the US dollar. What has been happening in the markets? Well, for trend trading, not much. We have been mostly corrective and range bound. We did have some moves, but I did not take any trades from the last video. So let's see what was happening, why I didn't take any setups, because there definitely were some opportunities that did present themselves. So let's find the last Wednesday. It was around here. We were kind of flat. And then this general momentum started to kick back in that we saw here, okay? So this was a nice drop. This was definitely some large news right there. Then the momentum continued to the downside, as you can see here, but no high probability setups formed. This break of the low was not really enough for me, okay? Kind of printed a wick, so this was not enough of a break. I wanted to see a clean close, then I would probably take a sell entry, a break and retest sell entry. And currently what is happening? Well, as you can see, price is mostly flat. So for our trending entries such as the break and retest, the flag and the reversal, this is not looking that good. But if you're trading the, let's say, liquidity sweep, which is a range bound sort of an entry, so you basically identify the bottom and you identify the top of a range and then look for the price to reject at these levels like this or like that. All right, so that's what you're looking at for a liquidity sweep entry. This would be a good market to do it. I mean, you're getting really flat, really corrective price action. I would see how we reach this high, how we reach this low, and then I would look for the price to reject. I'm not currently trading the liquidity sweep on the euro and the US dollar. I'm only trading it on the Aussie and US dollar. So live testing it, live trading it with currently 0.5% risk on the Aussie US dollar. Euro US dollar, I have seen it work a couple of times. I know it's a good pair to trade the liquidity sweep on, so definitely it's in my plan to heavily test the euro and the US dollar, but I need to first backtest it, then I'll see how the backtesting goes, then start live trading it with, let's say, 0.25% risk and gradually bump up the risk 0.25 to 0.5 and finally to the full 1% once I'm happy with all of the testing results. That's it. What am I looking for? Well, for the trending entries that I actually trade on the euro and the US dollar, I'm just looking for a large push up or a large push to the downside, all right? So I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. Again, it all depends if you're trading the liquidity sweep or some sort of a similar range bound entry. This would be a good market to look for a range bound entry. That's it for EU. Moving on to the euro and the Japanese yen. This is looking a bit more interesting, right? So let's identify the last Wednesday. It was around here. Price did drop heavily. But what happened on the bottom of the impulse, that is very important to me. So what is happening at the end of the impulse? As you can see, price prints an absolutely huge wick right there. All right, so that is something I do not want to see. That is indicating some major weakness to me and makes me be a lot more patient. Then we got a nice V reversal. So what is my game plan for the euro and the Japanese yen? I'm seeing the V. It's a large V as well. It's a clean one. You have similar sort of momentum going down, similar momentum going up, and now you have the range as well. So I would not be surprised if this can maybe get an impulse up, and then I would look for buy setups. So I'm actually gonna put this pair on the watch list as well. This does look promising. Again, I like the V reversal, I like the range. If we bump it up to the 4 hour, let's say, so I look at only the 1 hour for executing trades, but just to see how it looks on the 4 hour. Definitely looks like a clean V reversal. It's interesting. Okay, markets are fractal. So basically every single pattern repeats on every single time frame. You can get a flag on the 1 minute chart. You can get a flag on the weekly chart as well. Okay, I think Ethereum is currently forming a flag formation on the weekly chart. I think Griff told me that. So markets are fractal. Every single pattern that you can see, the flag, the break and retest, the reversal, they all form on a lot of assets. Again, Forex, crypto, stocks, it's all the same. It's all technical analysis. No need to make it more complicated than it is. All right, yeah, so that is what I'm looking for. I'm also seeing prices breaking the highs, retracing, struggling to go up. So potentially Another play on the euro and the Japanese yen can be if we just continue with the ascending and then get a nice reversal setup and look to get in on the downtrend, okay? So it is not a rule that the price must go up. Again, I'll see what the market does. If we get a push up, I'll look to buy. If we get a push down, then it's sort of a reversal setup from an ascending channel. And it's not looking that bad. So each time we keep breaking these highs, we are printing wicks. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. And yeah, if price pushes up, I'll look for the V reversal in the range, or if it goes down, I'll consider this ascending channel in the mix as well. That's it for EJ. So one thing I don't want to see this. I don't want to see more range bound price action. For me, that is not going to work. So I need a push up or I need a push down. Prior price action is looking like something is cooking. Okay, so it looks like something is maybe forming for the next couple of days. Again, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays are usually trending days. So let's see if maybe we can get some nice trends for the rest of this week. Aussie US dollar. Let's see what is happening on this one. Well, basically, if we find last Wednesday, it was around here. At this point, I did have my order on. I don't think I discussed it in the last trade recap and forecast. Basically, this was a no-brainer textbook setup. Why? Well, because you get a news candle. Once you see a news candle on the Aussie US dollar and pretty much on all of the currency pairs, if the momentum continues immediately, usually a nice trend will form. If after a news candle price starts ranging around, well, that's a warning sign that further range bound price action is going to happen. Here, you get a news candle. It's clearly a news candle. It has a large body, really huge body, and price immediately continues down. So that's a good sign to be looking for some nice sell setups. Price pulls back with one candle, breaks the low, clean close on the bottom. And I had my order on for a break and retest sell limit, right? With a 10 pip stop loss. I'm using a 10 pip stop loss for the dollar pairs. Okay, I have switched it from 12 to 10. I think it's better, especially according to the current volatility. So I was looking for this. Okay, for the price to tag me in. That didn't happen. Instead, price printed a wick. As you can see here, large wick. And at that point, I did remove my order because the price actually started to descend on the bottom here, all right? So price actually started to descend, and at that point I was no longer interested in sell setups. It no longer fit the plan. It was no longer a textbook Aussie US dollar sell. When you see a wick, retrace, break of the low, wick, retrace, that's not a good sign, especially next candle as well prints another wick, so you're getting double wicks. Double wicks are a major warning sign on the Aussie US dollar. What happens next? Well, a bit of a range. There was a liquidity sweep opportunity of this area. I didn't take it. I wanted a bit more confluences, okay, but it would have worked out. It would have been, I believe it would have worked out. Let's see with a 10 pip stop loss. No, it would be a loss, okay. Yeah, not enough confluences for me personally. Price breaks the low, continues. I was looking for some sell setups, but nothing fit the plan. Nothing was really that high probability, and then the market closed around here, right? Then the market opens and we get another drop, but no selling opportunity for me anywhere in this price action. So we did get some nice momentum down, but each time it ended with some wicks, and here you get bullish pressure as well, so not good. This was not enough for a break and retest because of this pullback. I was expecting this level to fail. So I was expecting a retrace. That's exactly what happened. So price did not continue trending down. Instead, price kind of reversed in the opposite direction. So what is my plan for the Aussie and US dollar? Well, I am looking at this level as being a level of significance for, let's say, taking the liquidity sweep. But it all depends on this candle, and I'm still looking at all the confluences, so I'm still not completely sold on this liquidity sweep entry, but I am looking into it. I kind of like this area. Again, some people may have taken the liquidity sweep on, let's say, this red candle. For me, that was not enough because we only pushed a couple of pips. into the liquidity if you measure it from this point, only like 3 pips. So I wanted a bit of a bigger push into that liquidity area. And that is what is happening now. So I'm still looking into this trade. I'm going to look at how this candle closes. I'm not fully sold. I still have to go through all of my confluences. I have to go through my trade plan as well. So yeah, still debating this one because it's not that significant. Okay, I'm definitely seeing a valid liquidity area, but I'm judging is the significance there, or is it just like a minor liquidity area? I want to be targeting only the major liquidity areas, to be honest with you. So what's the game plan? For the range bound entry liquidity sweep, potentially looking for sell setups. We'll still see. But for my trending entries, I'm just looking for a large push down or a large impulse up, all right? So just very simple, looking for some cleaner price action. I am going to put it in the watch list because of the liquidity sweep range bound entry potential. But for the trending entries, I'm not seeing much potential here. Maybe this bearish momentum can continue, all right? So maybe more bearish pressure can kick in. Maybe this was just a larger pullback and we can get something like this. Then look for sell setups. So I'm looking for something like that, but for now being a bit more patient, all right? So being a bit more patient with the Aussie and the US dollar. Aussie Japanese Yen, let's see this one. What has been happening? Well, from last Wednesday, nothing much. I was looking for a sell setup here, but then we just started printing some huge wicks, rejecting. There was a reversal setup. I know some traders looked at this. Some traders actually took it as well. For me, first I was sleeping. It happened at like 3 in the morning my time, so I was sleeping. I wasn't even paying attention to the charts. And I don't think I would have taken this reversal opportunity. What is the reason? Well, I know on the Aussie Japanese Yen, according to my backtesting experience, reversals don't tend to work out as well as on, let's say, the Aussie US dollar or the Euro Japanese Yen on the Euro and the US dollar. So on the Aussie and the Japanese Yen, a reversal setup is not that high probability. And this ascending was not that big. It was clean, I have to say. It was very, very clean. What do I mean by that? Well, only the highs were being broken, and the highs were being broken 1, 2, 3, 4, and they were being broken correctively, right? So price was breaking, leaving wicks, which is exactly what I want to see with a clean sort of an ascending channel. I like the break as well, clean close. But again, even if this did fit the plan, I was sleeping. If I was not sleeping, I don't think I would have taken it because it is the Aussie Japanese Yen. If this was the Aussie US dollar, this would definitely fit the plan. 100% fit the plan. Euro US dollar, Euro Japanese Yen, yeah, for sure I would take this. But Aussie Japanese Yen, I'm a bit more hesitant with the reversal setups. Okay, then price creates a V reversal. As you can see here, we get a V reversal, but we don't get a range. And we don't get a push up, all right? So we're being more patient. Then we just kind of continue ranging around. So for me, current price action on AJ is flat and more corrective. What I'm looking for is a simple large push up or a strong large push down. So very simple forecast, very simple analysis. This is now looking corrective. It's looking flat. It's looking range bound. So I'm personally being a bit more patient with the Aussie and the Japanese Yen. I don't see much potential in it. I mean, just look, it's kind of flat, even on a smaller scale, but definitely on the larger scale. Not moving up, not moving down. This V reversal signaled the volatility. So when you get a V reversal, you get a range. The range can be small. Okay, so the range can be small like this, or it can be large like you're seeing here. It can be large like this. You never know, but you expect a definite range. That's it. Moving on to the pound and US dollar. Not much action here. Let's see, there was a flag that happened on Thursday. Yeah, right. This was the famous pound US dollar flag. I like the momentum in the price action. I don't like the double wicks. First low, first high, second low, second high. This is the entry candle, and I definitely don't like this bullish pressure, okay? So we have major bullish pressure in this blue candle right here. So this one, when I combine large double wicks and large bullish pressure inside of the flag, this no longer fits my personal plan, all right? So this did not fit the personal plan. I did stay out of this trade and it would have been a loss. With my 20 pip stop loss, it would definitely be a losing setup. So it's good that I did follow my plan. Momentum kicks back in, but nothing forms. We did have a quick flag right here, but again, major bullish pressure, wick on the bottom of the impulse, definitely does not fit the plan. Okay, so this is the flag, very small, but doesn't fit the plan. Currently flat and range bound, right? So it looks very clear. This is very easy to read as being a range bound market. Again, as a trader, a great skill to have, and one of the most important skills for your technical analysis, is distinguishing between a trend and a range bound market and a volatile market, okay? Because there are three market conditions: trending, range bound, volatile. This is range bound, it's flat, it's not moving up, not moving down. The reason why you need to distinguish between the three phases is so you don't keep taking trending entries in a range bound market, or you don't keep taking range bound entries in a trending market, okay? Because we know most traders make all of the profits in, let's say, the trending entries, and then they lose all of their profits in the range bound markets, right? So that is why it is very important to know the difference and to distinguish between these three market conditions. So if you're a trend trader, then you know to stay out of a range like this, or you know to stay out of, let's say, very volatile price action. I don't have an example here for you right now, but if I find one, you can go to, let's say, 2020. During COVID, you will see a lot of volatile, a lot of erratic price action, right? So that's kind of what you don't want to be getting into if you're a trend trader as well, because you're just getting wicked out left and right. Or you can maybe expand your stop loss, like expand your stop loss by 3 or 5 times, and then maybe you can take a trending entry here or there. Okay, so yeah, during COVID, there were some really huge wicks, huge candles. There were some trends as well, but you needed to really extend the stop loss. Forecast for the pound US dollar, looking for a large push up or looking for a large impulse down. Okay, so basically that's about it. I'm expecting a range. I'm expecting more range bound price action. It's definitely not on the watch list, and I'm just looking for that large push up or that large push down. And the final pair on the list, we have the New Zealand and the Japanese yen. So let's see, last Wednesday was around here. We did have some sell-off, but so going down, leaving wicks, huge wick, large wick, retracing, that is not high probability price action. Then we just kind of went up a little bit, dropped down, left huge double wicks on the bottom, retraced up, broke the low, retraced. Yeah, just very corrective, very flat price action. This pair is definitely not on my watch list. It's looking very range bound and corrective. What I'm looking for is just a push up or a push down. So basically a large impulse going up or a large impulse going down. On the smaller scale, you could make a case for, let's say, an ascending channel right here, possibly. But to me, this is very corrective, okay? This is very corrective. I mean, I'm seeing the lows being broken. Okay, here, yeah, here there's a low break as well. Let me see. Okay, no, there's no low break there. But here I can see some very range bound price action. So the only actual ascending part of it is this small part on the top. Overall, this is definitely more corrective. See huge double wicks, huge wick, huge wick, huge wick there, wick here. So this is definitely a news candle. Okay, news candles either have huge bodies or they have huge wicks down, huge wick up. That's a telltale sign of a news candle. So one more thing, when you see loads of wicks, when you see a lot of erratic price action like this, you know there's going to be a larger range bound market. So not be surprised if this just continues ranging around. What I know is when I see this sort of price action with the wicks, with the corrective movement, I know to stay out of all of the trending entries, all right? Because if you're a trend trader, you do not want to see a corrective range bound market. You want to see some nice trends, some nice movement. You want to see something like this. This was really nice. This, or potentially something, okay, this was not that strong, but let's say this drop or this drop right here. So that's something that we look at. This is an uptrend as well. When you're a trend trader, that's what you want to see in the price action. So that would be about it. That's all for the 6 pairs. Currently on the watch list, we have the Euro and the Japanese Yen and the Aussie and the US dollar. So let's see what happens in the next couple of hours and days. So it's only Wednesday now. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays are usually very nice trending days. Thursdays are usually days where the price moves the most. My best trending entries, my best trending setups came from a Thursday. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Good luck with your trading. Good luck with your backtesting if you're just backtesting. And I'll see you guys in the next week.